San Martin's journey reflects his strategic, tactical skills and vision to liberate South American nations from Spanish rule. Despite numerical inferiority, the independentist forces managed to repel the royalist attack and secured victory at San Lorenzo. Welcome to a new video of a historical journey. Today, we present to you José de San Martín, a historical journey through the liberation of South America. José de San Martín was a prominent Argentine military and political leader who played a fundamental role in the liberation of South America during the Wars of Independence in the 19th century. San Martin's journey in his mission to liberate South America from Spanish rule covered various geographical and strategic regions. San Martin departed from the city of Mendoza, Argentina, crossing the Andes in January 1817. This crossing of the Andes was a notable and strategic military feat. After crossing the Andes, San Martin and his army achieved victory in the Battle of Chacabuco on February 12, 1817, liberating Chile from Spanish rule. Following the victory at Chacabuco, the independentist forces advanced towards Santiago, the Chilean capital, consolidating control over the country. San Martin disembarked in the city of Pisco on the Peruvian coast in September 1820, marking the beginning of the campaign to liberate Peru. After a series of strategic movements and collaboration with Lord Cochrane's naval forces, San Martin occupied the city of Lima in July 1821, proclaiming the independence of Peru. After the occupation of Lima, San Martin met with Bolívar in Guayaquil in 1822, realizing the need to collaborate with Simón Bolívar to consolidate the independence of South America. In the famous Guayaquil interview, San Martin resigned from military command in favor of Bolívar, acknowledging the Venezuelan leader's capacity to lead the independence cause. San Martin's journey reflects his strategic, tactical skills and vision to liberate South American nations from Spanish rule. His contribution was essential in the independence of Argentina, Chile, and Peru, marking a significant chapter in the history of South America. Here, we will mention the most important battles in which San Martin participated on this journey and his contribution to the independence of South America. But first, we will explain the context in which Spain found itself, attempting to colonize the region. During the battles led by José de San Martín in South America, specifically in the first half of the 19th century, Spain experienced a period of political turmoil and changes in its governmental structure. At that time, Spain faced the effects of the Napoleonic Wars and attempts to restore the monarchy after the Napoleonic invasion and the occupation by French troops. In 1808, Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Spain, triggering a period known as the Spanish War of Independence. French troops occupied much of the country, and joint resistance and resistance organizations were formed to fight against the occupation. During the French occupation, resistance was established in Cádiz, and in 1810, the Cortes de Cádiz were convened. These Cortes enacted the Constitution of 1812, which established liberal and representative principles. The Constitution of Cádiz became a political reference for those seeking reforms in Spain. After the withdrawal of French troops in 1814, Fernando VII was restored to the throne. However, his reign was marked by resistance to implementing liberal ideas and the restoration of an absolutist regime, leading to discontent among liberal and reformist sectors. In this context, the South American colonies sought to exploit the political and military weaknesses of Spain to achieve their independence. José de San Martín and other independence leaders played a crucial role in the struggle against Spanish rule in South America, taking advantage of opportunities created by political circumstances in Spain. Now, let's delve into the history of the journey and battles led by the Argentine José de San Martín. The Battle of San Lorenzo, 1813. The Battle of San Lorenzo, which took place on February 3, 1813, was a crucial confrontation during the Wars of Independence in South America. Fought near the San Carlos Borromeo Monastery, Close to the town of San Lorenzo in the province of Santa Fe, Argentina, José de San Martín, then a lieutenant colonel leading the Army of the North, played a fundamental role in this conflict. In 1813, the united provinces of the Rio de la Plata, present-day Argentina, were embroiled in the struggle for independence against Spanish rule. San Martín, in charge of defending the northern frontier, was stationed in the coastal region where Spanish royalist forces sought to advance inland. San Martín had established a defensive line in San Lorenzo to protect the vital crossing of the Paraná River, a strategic passage for communications and supplies. Anticipating the royalist attack, San Martín organized a detachment of grenadiers, cavalry units skilled in guerrilla tactics. In the early hours of February 3, 1813, royalist forces, led by Lieutenant Colonel Antonio Zabala, attacked the San Carlos Borromeo Monastery and San Martín's defensive positions. The battle unfolded mainly in darkness, with guerrilla tactics and San Martín's leadership proving crucial. San Martín personally led his grenadiers in the charge, and in the heat of battle, he was wounded in the leg by a musket ball in the darkness of the early morning of February 3, 1813. Although the injury was not fatal, it was serious enough to affect his mobility and cause pain. Despite the wound, San Martín continued to lead his troops with determination, demonstrating his courage and dedication to the cause of independence. Despite numerical inferiority, the independentist forces managed to repel the royalist attack and secured victory at San Lorenzo. The victory was not only strategically important, securing the defense of the Paraná River crossing, but also solidified San Martín's reputation as a courageous and skilled military leader. The Battle of San Lorenzo is considered a milestone in San Martín's military career and is remembered as one of the early significant victories in the struggle for independence. The San Carlos Borromeo Monastery, where the battle took place, has become a historic site and monument in honor of San Martín and his troops. The Battle of San Lorenzo paved the way for San Martín's future campaigns in the fight for South American independence, establishing the foundations of his military career and consolidating his importance in the history of emancipation. The Campaign of Chile, 1817 to 1818. The Chilean campaign, led by José de San Martín between 1817 and 1818, was a series of key military events culminating in the independence of Chile from Spanish rule. In early 1817, San Martín led the Army of the Andes in a bold crossing of the Andes from Mendoza, Argentina to Chile. This crossing was a notable strategic achievement and required meticulous planning due to challenging geographic conditions. The expedition through the mountain range took place in extreme weather conditions, but San Martín managed to surprise royalist forces led by Rafael Maroto as they descended the mountains. The culmination of the Andes crossing was the Battle of Chacabuco, which took place on February 12, 1817. San Martín and his army faced royalist forces in a valley near Santiago. Despite being once again outnumbered, the independentist forces achieved a decisive victory in Chacabuco. This paved the way for the liberation of Santiago and marked a significant milestone in Chile's independence. After the victory at Chacabuco, San Martín triumphantly entered Santiago and consolidated control over the Chilean capital. San Martín took measures to establish an independent government and worked on organizing the political and military institutions necessary for the stability of the new state. Despite the victory at Chacabuco, Chile's independence still faced royalist threats. The Battle of Maipú, fought on April 5, 1818, was a crucial encounter between independentist and royalist forces. The victory at Maipú consolidated Chile's independence and marked the end of royalist resistance on Chilean soil. This battle is considered one of the most important in Chile's history. Following the victory at Maipú, San Martín continued working on consolidating Chilean independence and organizing governmental institutions. Subsequently, San Martín planned and led the liberation expedition of Peru, seeking to extend the fight for independence to other South American territories. The Campaign of Peru, 1820 to 1821. San Martín directed his efforts towards Peru, a strategic colony with the aim of liberating it. He landed in Pisco and advanced towards Lima. Although he occupied the Peruvian capital, the situation became complex, leading San Martín to seek collaboration with Simón Bolívar to consolidate independence in the region. The Campaign of Peru, led by José de San Martín between 1820 and 1821, was a series of military and strategic events designed to achieve Peru's independence from Spanish rule. Here is an expansion of information on this campaign. San Martín and his expedition landed in Pisco on the Peruvian coast on September 8, 1820. This operation was part of the strategy to liberate Peru and was in line with the planned collaboration with Simón Bolívar to liberate South America. The landing in Pisco marked the beginning of the Campaign of Peru and the expansion of the struggle for independence northward in South America. He then advanced towards Lima and in July 1821 proclaimed the independence of Peru, consolidating control over the capital. The Declaration of Independence took place in Lima's historic plaza. Although San Martín managed to establish an independent government in Lima, internal struggles and political tensions persisted. The Sierra Campaign. After the occupation of Lima, San Martín embarked on a campaign to consolidate control over the entire Peruvian territory. However, royalist forces under José de la Serna's command withdrew to the Sierra, adopting a guerrilla strategy. San Martín faced logistical and political challenges during this phase of the campaign. Logistically, supply became a significant complication due to resource scarcity in the mountainous areas. The need to maintain efficient supply lines became critical for the campaign's success. Politically, the fight for independence generated political tensions and internal rivalries among different factions and libertarian leaders. These tensions, along with royalist resistance, complicated the stability of the independent government. San Martín adopted a strategy where subordinate commanders, such as Álvarez de Arenales, led operations on different fronts while he focused on broader strategic and political matters. During this phase of the Sierra Campaign, San Martín sought to consolidate Peru's independence and address logistical and political challenges. During the Sierra Campaign, one of the most notable battles was the Battle of Cerro de Pasco, fought on December 6, 1820. Royalist forces led by Colonel Juan Antonio Monet clashed with independentist forces commanded by General Juan Antonio Álvarez de Arenales. In the Battle of Cerro de Pasco, General José de San Martín was not directly involved in the combat. At that moment, San Martín had delegated the direction of operations in the Sierra to General Juan Antonio Álvarez de Arenales. The battle took place in the highlands near the town of Cerro de Pasco. Despite logistical difficulties and realist guerrilla tactics, the independentist forces achieved victory in Cerro de Pasco, consolidating their control in the central region of the Andes. Guayaquil Interview, 1822. Facing increasing royalist resistance and difficulties in consolidating independence in Peru, San Martín met with Simón Bolívar in the famous Guayaquil Interview in 1822. During the interview, San Martín resigned from military command in favor of Bolívar, recognizing the need for unified leadership to ensure the independence of South America. After the Guayaquil Interview, San Martín withdrew from political and military life, returning to Chile and later moving to Europe. He chose to retire to avoid internal conflicts and to allow Bolívar to lead the fight for independence. Recognizing Bolívar's leadership capability, he relinquished his plans and military command. Bolívar, after San Martín's withdrawal, continued the struggle and succeeded in consolidating the independence of Peru and other South American regions. Retirement from political life. Disillusioned by lack of support and internal divisions, San Martín withdrew from political and military life. He settled in France and lived the rest of his life in exile. José de San Martín played a fundamental role in the independence of Argentina, Chile, and Peru, contributing significantly to the liberation of South America from Spanish rule. His military strategy, leadership, and personal sacrifices make him a key figure and undoubtedly the greatest hero in the history of South American emancipation. The Argentine José de San Martín is considered a hero in various regions of South America due to his outstanding role in the struggle for independence in different countries from Spanish domination: Chile, Peru, Ecuador, and other South American countries. Above all, in Argentina, where his figure as the conqueror of freedom is comparable today to that of Luis Alberto Spinetta, the greatest creator of freedom in music between the 1960s and 2010, and Lionel Andrés Messi Cucitini, the conqueror of football in America, Europe, and the entire world. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating historical journey. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more historical content, share your thoughts in the comments, and spread the word by sharing this video with other history enthusiasts. Remember to hit the notification bell so you won't miss a single episode of our A Historical Journey series. Also, if you'd like to support the creation of more content, consider contributing on Patreon. Your support makes it possible to keep exploring the rich history of humanity together. Until the next historical adventure on A Historical Journey.